if you were sitting down with a head of HR for a national retailer, for example, and they said, "Hey, Thad, our starting point's 15 to 17. We need your help.
Yep.
How do we write a job description that wins in that space?" Because obviously they're competing for talent,
Yep.
and they're competing now against network companies like Uber, right?
Yep.
Or working for Amazon as a delivery person, or whatever it is, your favorite DoorDash, whatever you like. But we're competing in those sort of functions as well. How do you do it? What do you write that gains people's attention and focus and admiration so
Yep.
they're fired up to apply to your job?
Well, the first thing I would do is go on discovery on who am I competing with, and probably look at their job descriptions, see what they're saying in the job descriptions, because you have to think about it as someone is looking for something different. There was I went to a workshop a number of years ago, and this individual wasn't in job search. He was just in business in general and trying to think about how to give feedback on how to post jobs, which I thought was really interesting. And, what he said was, when someone looks at a list of jobs, what they're looking for is something that stands out, that's different than what they have today. And the way to affect that is through a brand, right? Through the brand lift or the brand connection that may occur. So a couple of things. First, I would take inventory of who am I competing against? Let's go look at the job descriptions. Let's look at, what we could say is different. Then form how we're different, and then go to work on the brand. If you do all of that work before you post a job, right? You just don't go post a job, right? You do all of this work beforehand. And then after you get the connection and understand what job title makes sense and how you can appear different and you're paying the right amount in different areas, then you have to start the post apply moment. And that is, how quickly are we going to connect with these candidates? What engagement tools are we using? What does that candidate experience look like? All of that. And so I would say you really have to start at the entire beginning of the process, which is, how are we different? Who are our competitors? How are we different? Who are we looking to attract? What makes a successful candidate and a successful hire? And then start building a process and a marketing plan around that, and ensure that everything downstream connects and makes sense. And then we're watching it, right? And we're saying, hey, we've got to connect within 24 hours to a candidate. If we're not, they're going to go somewhere else. Like, you need to have buy-in across every step of the hiring process.